I promise you, every athlete knows this feeling. You're off, nothing is clicking, and you can't explain why. That's a slump. And today I'm telling you exactly how I get out of it. Let's tap in. Yo. Welcome back to Tap In Monday. Another episode, another week with me, MB35, MB3, Marv, Bag, whatever you want to call me. I'm here for y'all, here to share y'all this knowledge and grow this community. This week's episode is going to be talking about more related to basketball, more related to, honestly, any sport, any athlete, but I play basketball, so I'm going to tell you guys what helps me get out of the slump and just give you guys tips to maybe help you guys figure out what works for you to get out of a slump whenever you get into one as well. Honestly, there is really no, escaping the fact that you're going to experience a slump at some point during your season. I hate it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I love it, but at the same time, I embrace it. I mean, I know every game is not going to be the perfect game. I have off nights where nothing that I do well is working for me. Like, I just feel like I don't know what's going on tonight. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It's a part of the game, man. You're never going to be perfect. You can try to stay consistent and stay locked in and do your routines and all of that, but a slump is bound to happen at some point. For me, I embrace that. I understand that, and that helps me get through them when they do hit. One thing that I do whenever I'm experiencing a slump, number one, just get back in the gym. Stay in the gym. Go do more reps of whatever it is you're struggling with. Get back into the field for the game and get back in the gym and keep working. That's something that I can tell you guys works for me whenever I feel like I'm not playing my best or, I could be playing better or whatever the case may be. I rely on the gym. And honestly, you don't even really need a full workout. Sometimes I don't even get in the gym to go 1,000 miles an hour, especially during the season. For me, it's more of a mental thing where I go to the gym, I'm in the gym, I get some movement, break a sweat, shoot some free throws, threes, get some post work. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be crazy. It's probably smarter to not go super crazy and wear yourself down, especially in the middle of a season. So having a effective routine that you can get in and do and break a sweat and get quality work in, I would advise you to figure out whatever that is and do that. But it doesn't have to be crazy. Just getting in the gym, and it's more of a mental thing to keep you in that mode, keep you locked in no matter how it's going on the court, but to keep you locked and ready to continue to move forward and not look back and dwell on your mistakes or your missed shots or bad games. Just getting in that gym and focusing on the next one. That is what is important to breaking that slump and getting back to yourself and playing at a high level. The second thing that I do when I'm in a slump is watch film. I watch film on myself, other players that have came before me. I like to just watch basketball, watch things. I sometimes like to watch how other people have played when they're in a slump to see what they did, take from them and put it into my game. You know what I mean? It's like it never hurts for you to learn from others and even learn it from yourself. I like watching the bad games, the bad shots, the bad turnovers. I try not to focus on all of the good stuff. The good stuff is good and that's what you work for and it becomes second nature. The bad stuff is what you learn from. And me personally, when I go back and watch a bad game or a bad stretch, it helps me see what I did wrong and it helps me move forward and do the opposite of what I was doing in that bad stretch. So watching film and studying the game, staying mentally locked into the nuances of the game, that's something that has helped me stay focused and not let go of the rope and just say whatever, I'm struggling or it is what it is. And although that's a good mindset to have to move forward, but you still have to do the necessary work to understand what you're doing wrong and fix it. That comes through watching film. So film study is something that is highly on the top of my list when it comes to not even just a slump in itself, but just in general. Film to keep getting better and keep growing throughout the season and in your career. Lastly, I would say mental training helps me out a lot. It helps me out tremendously. I didn't understand the importance of it before I got into it and really dove in, but since I got with a mental coach and put the time and put the effort in to do a lot of visualization, just a lot of mind games and mind tricks that you can really tap into to help you stay in a place that's healthy for you as an athlete. Mental training is probably the most important to me, even above physical stuff, the weightlifting weightlifting, conditioning, court workouts, all those are important, but the mental aspect and mental training, that goes above all of those things, because if your mental is not in a good spot, then that can trickle down into your game, and that can trickle down into how you perform on a nightly basis. And if that's in a good space and you're sharp mentally and you're at a high level mentally, you're going to play at a high level. You're going to play and be sharp on the court. You're going to do the things that you need to do to maintain a level of play that you need to have at whatever level that you are. So mental training is something that I do a lot. I can't sit here and say how many times a week or a day that I do it, but it definitely is a part of my routine. What my mental training looks like, I like to visualize myself in game. I like to put myself in positions that I want to be in that help me succeed and make me look good out there on the floor. I kind of replay things that haven't even happened yet in my mind. Whoever I'm playing, I like to envision them guarding me. I like to envision their defensive schemes that they do to try to stop me or stop us as a team, and I try to break those down before the game even happens. Shooting, getting to my spots, making my shots. I envision myself doing all of the things that will help my team and help myself, and I put myself in those spaces and in those times throughout the game, so when it happens, it's like it already happened in my mind. I mean, when it happens in real time, it's like, okay, I already trained this in my mind. I went through this scenario in my mind and in my head, so it helps me be more confident, be more fluid, and just continue to go out there and just play and not feel like I'm under pressure and not feel like the world is on my shoulders off of a basketball game. It's something that I've adapted as a part of my routine. I would say is up there in terms of the importance of going out there and doing your job and doing it well. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Yeah, and I connect this verse with a slump, because whenever you go through a slump, it's easy to go left. It's easy to be down on yourself, to talk bad about yourself, to not trust your instincts, not trust your abilities and your work that you put in over time. And I think this verse connects to that, because whenever you're going through a slump, it's Jesus is in my mind. Jesus is helping me renew my thoughts and renew the things that I think about in slumps, and helps me stay on track, helps me stay even keel. I like to say you can't get too high, you can't get too low, because in a season you're going to go through a lot of adversity. Although it's uncomfortable and easy to run away from, you can't run away from it. You have to adapt it. You have to accept it and, work through it. And when you get to the other side, it's a beautiful feeling. And I think Romans 12:2 is one of those verses that you go back to and reminds you that no matter what's going on, just keep your mind pure, keep your mind clean, keep your thoughts positive. Don't beat yourself up, but, always speak life into yourself and lift yourself up. That is something that I've done over the years, and it has helped me out tremendously. One thing that I want to leave you guys with this week is the slump is not permanent. It may seem like it is when you're in the midst of it and you're going through it, but it's not permanent. It won't last forever. You got to remind yourself that, though. You have to keep continuing to speak positively to yourself. Bring yourself up. Never let the slump that you're in define you as a player. And just remember that it's going to happen at some point. Can't run from it. You can't deny it. You play any sport, at some point you're going to go through a slump. And if you already know that and expect it and embrace it, then, having these tools will make it easier to get through it and get over it and get back to who you are as a player, and to get you back to feeling confident again. The comeback is always in you. You just need to remind yourself. Athletes, how do you get out of your slump? Drop your tips in the comments and let me know. I hope this episode helped you out today. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're here every Monday, as you guys know. For the ones that don't know, tap in every Monday for these conversations and these talks. I want to hear from you guys. As always, as usual, yeah, man, we're going to keep this thing going. We're going to keep it rolling. Make sure you guys also tap into the Discord. We're building a community. A lot of people are in there already. They enjoy it, so you don't want to miss out on that. Yeah, I'm welcoming you with open arms, man. Let's keep building this thing. Let's keep spreading love and positivity as much as we can. That's it for this week's episode of Tap In Monday. Remember, the slump is never permanent.